The folks here in Florida definitely used to this. Rain in the forecast as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in the city of Jacksonville. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Jacksonville. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And able to stay on his feet past the 30. To about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And this nearly an interception right off the bat. An early crisis averted as that winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ron.
Now Lawrence. He'll dump this off to Achane. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Red on red. Think right open. Hey, danger, touch.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That's returnable now for Smith. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Nix. And this one is goes incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing Nix. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. And here's Matt Araiza now. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a first and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Rip, 23.
Again, it's Achane. A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
That's good for a Jaguars
11.
first down.
Hey, easy, route.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Lawrence will throw. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now a second and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go.
Lawrence. Throw coming to And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, we can make someone miss in the open field.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. Now he'll take this and run. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Red on red. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow here on goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Once more with Harvey. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. And I don't think he got that. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Nix going to give to Harvey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Nix to the air. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At the Jaguars' 20-yard line.
Again, it's Harvey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw, here's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Nix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Broncos take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Hey, easy. Route. Focus. Hot. All right, here we go. 30 left. Great job.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Rip, 23. 11, Agate.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. His early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard.
Entering settings screen, you have 28 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Almost set. Ready. Captain.
To throw is Nix. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I would say it might be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nick's going to keep this himself. Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Broncos.
Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense really flew around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Nick's going to tap this forward. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Bombers.
Operating from the gun. Nix. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Center. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. Now a run here off the RPO. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run straight ahead with Harvey. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3rd down and 10. Operating from the gun, Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Lawrence. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Smith to return it. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Nick's going to keep this himself. A short one there, caught by Likely. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Nix. He gets this into the hands of Harvey. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Almost in. Ready.
A handoff. Here's Harvey. Down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. R.J. Harvey, 35 yards. And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Easy. Read it.
A run straight ahead with H.M. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
Unlock Ryan.
Running left, H.M. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Gun. On red.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's a Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And great fifth position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45 out of bounds at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
4 yards the pickup. First down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. Trotting down to the 10. And all the way home for the Broncos score. R.J. Harvey, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brian Thomas, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking to put a drive together. Working out of the gun is Nix. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Denver. 46 yards.
And this is
seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Toss left side for Harvey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Nick's going to keep this himself. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. Does the big boy have the juice? And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. Two unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim run-score lead.
We've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
3rd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Rip, 23.
Up the middle, Achane. And some room to maneuver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He'll dump this off to Achane. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Now Lawrence. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, that would go right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
And 9 yards to go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Easy. Here we go.
On third down, Achane runs through the contact. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. He did a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Devon Achane with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On the handoff, Harvey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Draw play, ETN. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, I'm gun.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. H-in here, they stay on the ground.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for a possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Oh, he had to force it there on fourth down, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds Douglas complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. This is 1st and 10.
Hey, run! Think right open.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
By Chris Jones.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Easy, route. There we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Feliciano. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll keep it on the ground. Feliciano. And that play going absolutely nowhere. And now it's 4th down.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
A final shot now for Lawrence. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Broncos, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.